episode 8 of Classic Banjo Lessons with me, Aaron Jonah Lewis. We're going to play the Study Using 16th Notes and Popcorn from Frank Bradbury's book. So, 8th notes and 16th notes, like I said, I'm not really going to teach you how to read music in these videos, but it's just a smaller subdivision of the beat. So, you have typically 4 beats, sometimes 3 or 2 or 5 or 11, whatever. You have a certain number of beats in a bar, and if you have 4 beats in a bar, then each one of those, well, actually, whether it's 3 or 2, every beat is called a quarter note. So if you have 2 beats in a bar, you have 2 quarter notes. And then you can subdivide a quarter note into 2 eighth notes. So for example, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are quarter notes. Or eighth notes, you'd have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you subdivide that into 16th notes, you have 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. That might make sense to you right now, and it might not, but don't worry. It doesn't matter that much in order to do what we're going to do today. I'm going to play the Study Using 16th Notes. I'll do it nice and slow so you can follow along. 1E and a 2E and a. Repeat. A little slower. Once again, I realized that I said I would play it slowly, and that's pretty much as fast as it would ever need to be. So I'll do it actually slowly one time without the repeat. But like with all these things, take your time. You don't even need to finish a whole lesson. Just do a part of a lesson until you feel like you can really master that material and then move on. It's much better to be really good at something that's, on the beginner level than to be not very good at something more advanced. So, here's the study using 16th notes again, a bit slower. 1, E, and A. One thing I should have mentioned sooner as well is if you are following along in the book, we have these what look like slurs but with a dotted line. And what that indicates in this book, and this is the only place I've seen it, but I think it is helpful, it means hold that finger down. So in this exercise we have, but this C, there's a dotted line holding that over to here, so that means hold that note. Don't let go of that note. Right? You don't want to let it up and then put it down again. Just hold it. That's gonna come in to play later on for the economy of motion, for your efficiency, because when you have a lot of notes to play or a lot of moves to make, you want to use as little movement as necessary. Alright, let's move on to popcorn. I'm not going to narrate every notation that's in this book. Like I said, you should get this book and you can follow along with me. So, popcorn is our next piece. Tempo marking is lively. I'll play it lively and then I'll do it slower for more of a practice tempo. But again, when you practice, take it little by little piece at a time, just one bar, 1 or 2 bars at a time, and make sure you're really getting every note accurately. Okay, so here's popcorn at the lively tempo. 1 and 2 and. Another thing I should have mentioned sooner is when you have a repeat on a section, when you're playing the same exact thing twice, it's musical to make it different the second time. Often, maybe you'll start it quieter and then maybe build up crescendo towards the end. Or maybe you'll do it the first time quieter and the second time louder. It's kind of like if you imagine you're telling a story or you're having a conversation and you're gonna say, so the first guy walks into a bar and does this whole series of actions, and the second guy does the same exact everything. It's like, okay, boring. You want to make it different somehow. So let's do popcorn at a practice tempo now. So 1 and 2 and. Very nice. Remember, practice, practice, practice. I'll see you next time.